Welcome back, folks, to another episode of MLM, and this is another one of our challenge builds. So a slightly different opening to my usual introduction. We're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be doing a plastic model kit, and I have chosen, and it has to be a starter kit really. The Aston Martin DB5 1/32 scale from Airfix, and it is a starter set. The set includes some umbral paint, some polished cement, 2 paintbrushes, 6 acrylic paints, and of course our instructions and kit. So let's get it all disassembled. I'll get it laid out and then we'll see what we've got. So I'll catch you in a few. Cheers. Okay then, I'm not entirely sure where to start with this. This is really fly-by-wire kind of stuff. I've not done one of these on screen before. So there are all our parts. So we've got our polished cement, we won't be using that. We've got 6 pots of paint. They include 2 pots of number 11, and just referring to the umbral chart that I've got, 11 is a metallic silver. We won't be using those. We've got a number 64, which is umbral matte light grey. We won't be using that. We've got a 19, which is gloss fire red. We won't be using that. 33, which I think, if I remember rightly, is a umbral matte black. You've guessed it. We won't be using that. And number 18, which is a gloss orange. If that's for the indicators, we probably won't be using that. So the cement and paint are out the window. The only thing, the only thing that's of any use really are a 0 and number 4 paintbrush that have come with the kit. So we'll put them to one side. So we've got our decals, we've got our glass parts, and I have to say that when this came through the post it was crushed, so I'm not entirely sure how it's all going to go together, if anything's been damaged or not. We'll have to wait and see. And a bit of background then on the Aston Martin DB5. It was developed from the earlier DB4 and released in 1963. The Aston Martin DB5 had a new tail design offering, improved aerodynamics. Options for the DB5 included power steering on Mark 1 cars, air conditioning, automatic transmission, limited slip differential, and the 325 brake horsepower Vantage engine. And I imagine if you tried to buy one of these nowadays, they would cost you thousands, lots of thousands, who knows. But there we go. This is not suitable apparently for children under 8 years old. I think I may just about qualify, but I may need an 8-year-old to help me with this. So what are we going to do? Well, I think first of all we'll move all this to one side. And we'll have a look at the instructions. And there are only 2 pages of instructions. So, using our paintbrush as the pointing device, because I think that might be all we're going to be needing it for. We've got 33 which is black, and 11, which is metallic silver. I'm going to be using spray eye coat cans for these. Seems a bit extreme, but there you go, my choice. I've got some chrome metallic I'm going to use for the spoke effect wheel hubs, but I will say that these wheel hubs are so small you're never going to be able to paint the individual spokes on, and you're not going to get in between them to paint them black, so they're going to end up being silver. The wheel nuts are going to end up being chrome as well. There's no indication as to what colour 1 and 2 are. Okay, so we'll do this section by section and we'll see how far we get. So I'm going to find these parts, get them washed, then I'm going to prime them, and then I'll get them sprayed. So I'm pretty much going to treat it like I would any other die-cast vehicle I do. So it'll be priming and top coating. I will say there's quite a bit of what's called flashing on these parts, so they're going to want cleaning up as well with a craft knife and a file. So there's our wheels, there's our hubs. Let's see if I can find the I think they are supposed to be the wheel nuts. They're in all kinds of conditions they are. Okay. You don't need to see me washing parts. I'm just going to do the. I'm just going to wash these in a washing up detergent. It is recommended, I believe, that when you do a plastic kit, you do wash the parts first before you paint them. So we'll be doing that. I'm not sure what's coming in the next build update, but I'll see you in a few. Cheers. Okay then, so the first place I'm going to start is with these wheels. I've got a pair of snips. I'm going to cut away from the wheel. I'll try to. There we go. Now, as I say, there's it's not the best model, to be fair. It's a great looking car, don't get me wrong, but the actual moulding leaves a lot to be desired. There's a lot of flashing on here and around the edges, so we'll try it with a blade first. Of course, what you don't want to do is risk damaging the actual wheel itself. So I've got a small nail file type sanding pad here. And that's the smooth one, so we'll go with that. Okay, so that looks a bit better. It wants a bit more work doing to it, so I'll get these other 3 done, and I'll be back in a moment. So I'll catch you in a few. Cheers. Okay, so we've done our tyres and our hubs, and the hubs are sitting nicely in the rim of the tyres. A lot of flashing on there. Had to sand it down quite a bit. So this is the stage we are at. I'm going to get these 2 sets, the hubs on the tyres, primed and then painted. The hubs will be done in chrome, and then in step 3 there's the wheel nuts and what looks like some kind of wheel mount. What troubles me is there's no colour determined for this, so I might have to do a bit more research on that. But anyway, so not much point in showing you what these look like when they've been primed, because it's just grey again. What we will do is we'll come back once I've painted the tyres and the hubs and we're ready for putting them together. So I'll catch you in the next part. Cheers. Okay, so I did say I'd be back when I had painted the tyres and the hubs, and for say that these have been done with rattle cans, they've come out nicely. I haven't lost any definition on the spokes of the hubs, so that's good. And that's what they look like. Pretty pleased with that. So, tyres and hubs done. The next part is to do these wheel nuts and this support. I'm guessing they're done in, well, certainly the wheel nut is done in a chrome finish. And I'm also going to do this support mount in chrome, because it doesn't tell you anything different, to be honest. So they are number 1 and 2 on this spur, and the wheel nuts are here. So what I might as well do is to prime the whole lot. I can trim around here with a knife. No, I won't. I'll take them off. I can put these on these wheel nuts on cocktail sticks and do them like that, because if I prime them on the spur, there's every chance that I'm going to miss a piece. So we'll get them cut off and primed, and yeah, we'll give them a coat of chrome. So not really much of a build update, as a bit of a this is how far we've got so far, but as I say, pretty pleased with the tyres. So I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers. Welcome back, folks, to our build update on the DB5 Aston Martin from Airfix. And I've made quite a bit of progress on this. It was going to get to be near impossible to video every part of this, because it's taken so much time for things to dry, whether it be paint, whether it be glue. So I'm going to just do a series of updates. So what we have done is steps 1 through 7, and in fact I've also done 9. What I haven't done yet is 8, so I'll need to put these straps on, but I need to get them painted first. So that will be done. So there's the base. Oh, sorry, there's the chassis as it is at this moment in time. So we've used aluminium paint for the drive components. We've chromed the wheels. We've even sprayed the tyres, and we've sprayed the chassis itself. The body I've sprayed with a metallic silver, and what I will do at the end of the video is I'll put up the cans, the rattle cans that I've used for this model. Now, it's not going to be studio accurate, I appreciate that, but it's fairly close. And we've also sprayed the seats as well. I've seen on some models where the seats have been red, but I think that's more of a die-cast thing than it is an Airfix kit or a plastic model kit build. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get these straps done, get the seats fitted, and then I'll probably do 10, 11, 12, 13. I'll see how far I get, but I won't go too far before I come back and do another update as to what I've done. So I'll catch you in the next build update. Cheers. So welcome back, folks, to probably the final build update, to be honest. And I've done 10, 11, 12, part of 13 so far. So the window unit's been fitted. I've also done part of 14, which are the inserts for the headlights, and I've used the Molotov chrome pen to give it a mirror finish. I've also fitted the grille, and that's been sprayed. The vents have been put into the side, and it's hard to make out because this is silver, but I've been over the top of these fins, if you like, with the Molotov pen as well. I have also just dropped a couple of highlights at the back for the indicators and brake lights. This rear bumper at the moment is just loose fitted. With the chassis and interior, it's not the greatest model. I'm a bit disappointed, to be honest. This dash and steering wheel sits nowhere near the front of the cab. It's sitting right back, so you can see that the wheels are in line there, and the steering wheel is sitting right back. I'm almost tempted to take this off and put a buffer piece, just to move the steering wheel forward. Other than that, everything else has been pretty straightforward. I've put the straps on the drive shaft. They look fine. We've attached the exhaust. I've left the back end loose for the time being for when I finally fit it and put it together. So yeah, I was going great guns with this until I hit this problem with the dash. Bit frustrating, that. And because it's raised and it's further down the body than it should be. It's holding the body off the chassis and preventing it making a good clean fit. However, we'll do a bit more fettling and see how it goes. So the next time we catch up will hopefully be when I'm about to put the decals on. So I'll catch you in the next build update. Cheers. So welcome back to this final build update, folks, and this proved to be more of a challenge than I was expecting, to be honest. And it wasn't because of putting the kit together. Well, kind of was. It was all pretty straightforward until I came to put the chassis and body together and found out that the steering column was sitting around about here underneath the bonnet. So I ended up having to put a packing piece in to move the steering wheel forward from the bulkhead. It now sits just under the windscreen where it should be. We glued the body and the chassis together, attached the exhaust. What I've also done is to add the decals, and this decal here, there was no number plate in the kit, so I've had to fabricate something. And we've added a few highlights for the indicators and brake lights. And there we go. The materials I ended up using, I did say I would show the paints. I used the double acrylic Ford Diamond White. That, believe it or not, was just for the number plate, so that was a sledgehammer to crack a nut. My pretty much go-to primer, which is the iCoat Grey Primer. The BMW Arctic Silver Metallic was my choice for the body, and the chrome for the bumpers I used Plasticoat Brilliant Metallic. Additional paints were used for the indicators and brake lights. These were the two pots that came with the kit itself. I used them, and some Tamiya Black X1 for the wheels. And then I rounded it off with a few highlights on the fins and the door handles using the Molotow liquid chrome pen. So quite a few materials really for a little plastic car, but enjoyable, frustrating at certain points, but enjoyable. So let's get this on the roundabout and we'll see what it looks like. So I'll catch you in a few. Cheers. So here we go, folks, with the Airfix Aston Martin DB5. Not the best mould, I'll have to say. We've made it work in the end, but it had its idiosyncrasies that I wasn't too pleased about. I enjoyed doing it at the end of the day, but the actual mouldings could have been better. But it's come out okay. It was a bit of fun, this one. It was only a starter kit. And I'd like to thank my friends who are daft enough to take these challenges on board and have a go and a bit of fun. The next one we'll be doing, thankfully, we'll be back to Diecast, and we'll be doing a motorbike. So if you're interested, come and join us, take up the challenge, and don't forget to come and find us on the Facebook MLM community page, where we share ideas, we promote other people's builds, and sometimes you'll even catch us in the virtual pub. So there you go, a bit of fun, as I say, this one, and I'll catch you in the next build. Cheers.